Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It's Jonathan here with my match reaction after a wonderful 4-0 victory. It's like always. The child comes out in us all. Liverpool win. It's the best feeling ever. The whole doom and gloom of the week has just been forgotten about, and we're all in a high again. It's weird. It was one of these games that we were going into that I was kind of a little bit anxious about, but at the same time I felt because I was anxious, I felt that we were going to do well, if that makes sense, in a weird way. We had to come out. We needed a reaction after the two previous poor results, and we got that straight away. You know, the team itself was pretty much, you could argue, first choice. Maybe Mane, was the only one you pull in, but you know, Chamberlain fully deserves his start, and you know, it's probably a discussion for another day, but Chamberlain is almost knocking on that door to say, yes, I am first choice. I play first choice in this team anymore, when his performances are proving that. And I thought he was absolutely brilliant today again, and you know, he's right at home at the moment. It was another brilliant performance from him. It was a very much you know, we sat out straight away with an intent to get in their faces. We know Bournemouth will try and play a little bit of football, and you know, straight away it was just the full court squeeze. We pressed high up. You know, we had players in the box straight away. We really got in their faces. We squeezed them on the ball, and poor old Daniels at left back, God love him. Every single time it felt like, that's an overstatement, but it felt a lot of the time we got the ball and we just dinked it down behind his back, and Salah was coming on, and you know, the poor guy must be twisted in knots after having to deal with Salah run at him for the length of the game there. You know, it was brilliant. We started tidy, kept on pressing. Bournemouth didn't really have a lot, you know, but they just kept trying to, like we tried to get in behind Daniels, they tried to get Defoe in behind Clavin and Lovren, and there was one or two moments where they got the ball, and because we had so many players pushed up the pitch, you know, they did the usual ball just trying it down the line, but we dealt with those fairly comfortably, apart from one. When it comes straight through to Defoe and he's 1-on-1 and it hits the post, we get a little bit of luck with that, but look, God knows we've deserved that over the way things have gone the last while for us. But you know, our performance was rewarded with an absolutely wonderful goal from Coutinho. You know, he'd been knocking on the door, but we'd been unlucky with the free kick that came off the inside of the post. Salah had a couple of chances. You know, it's become almost, I'll call it the Salah chance, or the Salah movement. It's the ball down the right channel. He comes in, runs, comes inside, and that corner at the edge of the penalty box, he cuts in and he tries to bend it into the top corner. He must have had 3 or 4 of those today. He eventually gets one to stick, but you know, he ripped them to pieces, you know, and he was our constant outball. But the breakthrough came then after a wonderful piece of move. We seemed to have the ball forever. We were passing back and forth. The back forward, passing it back and forth. It comes out to Robbo. He kind of does a give and go with Coutinho, and Robbo does excellently. Then he just pings down the wing. It just drags a little defence out, but after that it's just pure and utter magic from Coutinho. You know, he just gets the ball, he feints, he cuts in, he feints, he cuts in, and then he just wraps it back around the defenders. Keeper doesn't have a chance, and look, if Messi gets that goal, everybody's creaming over themselves for ages. It was just an absolute piece of magic, and it was that we eventually got the breakthrough. The second goal, you know, that was a piece of utter magic we've come to expect from Coutinho. The second goal, I think, had us all scratching our heads a little. The ball come around, I think it's a corner, comes in. Bobby does excellently to get the ball, and he whips it back, and then good old Dejan does a diving header and puts it home. We wouldn't have expected that at the start of the day. I think it's all the start of the time, first goal since October 2016, so it's been a while coming, and you know, he can once go on social media and have a little glance without the tirages of abuse that he gets online. But yeah, no, that was actually a very important goal, because you know, it's always when it's 1-0 you're thinking, oh, will they come into it? And I don't know how many times Martin Tyler reminded us, like, did we have a game that finished 4-3 with Bournemouth previously? Because he mentioned it a hell of a lot of times. And it was almost like every goal that was good in, Martin Tyler just kicked a puppy or something like that. You know, you could just hear his voice just completely zap out of himself. But you know, eventually we get the third goal before half time then as well, and it's the goal we'd all been waiting for. It was the goal Salah was waiting for, and he eventually gets it. You know, it's a piece of excellent touch of ball, another one of those balls down the right channel, beautiful touch. He cuts in, he gives himself a chance to zip onto the ball, and he tucks it home. And 20 goals already, and it's not even the end of December. I've said this many times, and hopefully I'll continue to say it again and again. I am running out of words to describe Salah, and just the blueprint and the impression that he's left in the football club since he's joined in the summer is just absolutely out of this world. And he continues and he continues. He could have got another 2 or 3 there with his performance today. Absolutely wonderful, and he's the shining light. He continues to break stats left, right, and centre. And we go, oh, he's got 20 goals, but take it back a step a minute. We haven't had a striker that scored that many goals over a whole season in ages, and to get like a winger that we all expected him to be good, but I personally didn't expect him to be that good, and I didn't expect him to smash records like that. But as I said, long may it continue, because he's an absolutely joy to watch. And everybody knows that he's going to get the ball and cut inside and whip it, but he continuously gets opportunity. He must have got 2 or 3 of them alone today, and he's the burning pace of him. He's just, as I said, an absolute joy to watch. And that's it. We go in at half time, and I think with the third goal, everyone has the whole nightmares of the 4-3, Sevilla, etc., are kind of. I felt a lot more comfortable. This just the way the performance of the team was, and Bournemouth looked smashed. They didn't look like they had anything left. They had got well and truly rattled, and because we had so much dominance of the ball, we squeezed them so high. They really, really struggled. And I think the message, it appeared to be the message that Klopp gave at half time was, just don't do anything silly. Don't give them an opportunity to come back into the game, because apart from that moment in the first half where Defoe was through and everybody thinks he's going to score, we get the little bit of luck with the ball comes back off the post. It didn't really well. I'll have to watch it back, but for now, initially after the game, it didn't really feel like they had a hell of a lot of other opportunities or caused us a lot of trouble at any stage. We look comfortable, and our fullbacks, I think, which is an indication how the game went, were continuously pressed high up the pitch. Like, how many times did you see Robbo through the middle? We saw him out the right wing chasing balls. He had another brilliant game actually, and as Joe on the far side as well had a brilliant game, and he pushed forward as well. And even our midfield, Hendo seemed to play a lot more forward. There was a lot more fluidity in our play, with a lot more movement, and we seem to just. In the start of the second half especially, we seem to be a little bit more kind of mature, sat a little deeper, and then kind of look to get them on the break. And we had a couple of opportunities where we could have got another one. Salah again had one where he's through and he kind of gets outnumbered. Coutinho's half a chance. Chamberlain looked desperate for a goal. It was just a pity he didn't get it. He had a couple of half opportunities. Well, might have gone in another day. And then eventually we get the fourth goal. A little bit of luck with the offside. There's not even going to deny that, but it was just refreshing to see such a number 9 finish from Bobby. Just a little glance at the ball, he got a little glance of his header on the ball as it came through, and that sort of finish is refreshing to watch, because Bobby had another brilliant game. He was harassing like I've never seen anyone before. He's chasing down players. He's hounding them. He gets the ball back, and then he does a back heel and passes the thing to Mane, Salah. Beg your pardon. That is Bobby in a nutshell. He's just doing the almost the unthinkable at times. And he has that perfect mix of hard graft, hard work rate, and that little bit of magic as well. And the goal he took brilliantly. And interesting to note, I think it's in his last 6 starts, that's 6 goals and 3 assists. It's 13 goals already for him, and as I said, as we know, it's only December. I think that's the most he's ever got for Liverpool. So all around the team, records are getting broken. We're going to new levels this year, which is refreshing to watch. And we kind of, for the rest of the game, then we kind of I thought we were very smart and mature. We controlled the game, didn't really give Bournemouth the opportunity to get in it, to get the crowd up for the whole, oh, I wonder, is this going to happen again? No, we were solid throughout, and then we were able to make a couple of changes. It was great to see Lallana back on the pitch. A little bit of rusty, but settle into the game. A wild yellow card there. Couple of other moments, but refreshing to see him back on the pitch. Great to see Ings on as well. If that goal or that chance at the end, if that had gone in, that would have just been the icing on the cake altogether. And even Solanke as well. He's getting more game time. Just refreshing to see, and It's like anything, you know. A Reds win and we're all happy out, and you know it's just a joy, and it's brightened up all our faces, all our Sunday evenings, and it's just as I always say, when the Reds win, it's a wonderful world. But there we are, folks. That's my Ratch reaction. Absolutely buzzing after our 4-0 win, as you can probably see by my cheesy smile. I'll be back shortly for the player ratings and the fan phone-in show, so keep an eye out for that. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the Redmen TV, and I will talk to you all very soon. Up the Reds!